One of the biggest things that holds people back from pursuing different things that they've maybe had as goals for years, whether that's to lose some weight, whether that's to make more money, whether that's to start a business, whatever the goal might be, one of the biggest things that holds people back is limiting beliefs. Now, unfortunately, if I could wave a magic wand, I would completely get rid of this notion altogether, because limiting beliefs are beliefs just like any other belief you might have. But unfortunately, it does cause a big problem, so we do have to talk about it. My name is Greg Clunis. Thank you so much for tuning in to the channel. On this channel, I talk about practical ways that you can improve your mindset, improve your life as a whole, and accomplish more of your goals. So if you haven't already, click that subscribe button below and let's get into it. So as I said in the intro, limiting beliefs are just like any other belief. And if we want to get rid of them, if we want to overcome them, we simply need to understand what they are and where they came from. Now, like all of our beliefs, a limiting belief is basically just a combination of all of the different things you've experienced in your life that reinforce a certain viewpoint. So if you believe you are not good enough to do something into something specific, whatever that might be, it's because over the course of your life, from the moment you were born until now, you received that message in different contexts and you internalized that. You took that into a belief of yourself, and that has since colored the way you view the world, the way that you view yourself, and your ability to do certain things. Now, the important thing here to note, to take away from this, is that a limiting belief is a combination or a culmination of all of the different things that have happened to you, that you've seen, that have been said to you over the course of your life. And that makes it difficult to tackle because there's no one moment, there's no one thing that leads to adopting this belief. It's a combination of things. However, there is a foolproof solution. There is something you can do that allows you to overcome limiting beliefs. But I have to warn you, it's not going to be easy, and it is definitely not going to be quick. These things are ingrained in us. They are a part of who we are. And so if we want to get rid of them, if we want to be able to work with them or around them, or just not have to deal with them altogether, it's going to be a long process, and it's going to take a lot of effort on your part. However, it is possible. So as you go into this process that I'm about to lay out, just remember it is possible. So how does it work? Well, if a limiting belief is a combination of all the things we have experienced, felt, been taught, told to us throughout the course of our life, and through that, we've taken it as evidence of this thing, evidence of this thing that we now hold on to as a belief. We have found proof through our life that this thing is true. Well, what we need to do is replace that proof. We need to find proof that the opposite is true. Now, it doesn't work as a black and white solution because we are more emotional beings than we are logical beings. So it's not as simple as just telling yourself that, hey, this other thing is true. And that is a part of it, but that's just not going to work by itself. You're not going to get to the emotional root of the problem. And so if you want to get over your limiting beliefs and replace it with something that is more empowering, you need to replace the core of the belief. And if that came from experiences throughout your life, then you need to create more experiences that prove what you are looking for. So let's put this into context. If you are trying to manage your money better, this is something that I personally have struggled with my entire life. For whatever reason, I was just not that good at it. And this became a limiting belief. And so what I had to do, and I'm still doing this is still a process. It's something I have to deal with every day and make a conscious choice to replace those beliefs. What I personally had to do was start managing my money better and just force it to happen in the beginning. make sure that I built it into my routine, that I created habits around it, that I did the things I knew I needed to do. And before even that, I had to learn what I needed to do. I had to sit down and spend hours in front of my computer or reading books or listening to audiobooks and learning how the systems worked, how I could put myself in a better position, and how I could stay there. Once I gained the knowledge, then I had to execute. I had to put myself into positions where I needed to manage my money, make better choices. I had to wake up every day, start logging into my bank accounts. Even if I do nothing, just log in so I have the knowledge of what's in there and so that I go through the process. And what this did for me over the course of the last few years is that limiting belief I once held of, hey, I'm just not good at managing money, that's now starting to be replaced with the idea that, hey, I can learn how to be good, or hey, I'm starting to get good. I'm at the starting line of being good in this area that just 5 years ago, I would have told you, yep, I'm just not good at it. And that's why I'm in the situation I'm in. And I would have made all these excuses and yada, yada, yada. And so that's what you need to do for yourself. You need to give yourself evidence of the opposite. If you want to start a business and you feel like maybe you're not qualified, you need to give yourself evidence of the opposite. And that can be in any form, because any degree of evidence will start the process. It can be small, a very tiny little thing of, hey, I was able to sell some extra furniture in my apartment. And it's a ridiculous example, but something like that, if you've never sold anything in your life, could start the process of you starting to think, hey, maybe I can sell something. Maybe I can convince somebody to give me money for this thing. And that's how you start to give yourself evidence of the opposite. It's evidence that you are, in fact, capable of starting a business, or at least learning how to start a business. It's evidence that you are, in fact, capable of managing money better, of becoming better at spending and saving and all the different things related to managing your money and improving your finances. It's evidence of the thing you do not believe you can do. And so, where I want to leave you with this is to remember that whatever your limiting beliefs are, and you'll have to sit down and write it out and figure that out. And I actually will be releasing another video in the next couple of weeks where we talk about how to maybe identify some of those limiting beliefs. But you need to sit down and identify those things for yourself, and then pick the ones that are most important for your specific goal, whatever that is right now. And that will change over time, but your goals right this second, you need to pick the limiting beliefs that are affecting that the most, and then set out and start giving yourself evidence of the opposite. Look at what those beliefs say, what you are convincing yourself you're not able to do, and start in as small a way as possible or as big a way as possible, whatever works for you. Start giving yourself that evidence that, hey, you can actually do this. Hey, you are actually capable. You are smart enough. You are capable of taking this thing on and learning along the way and figuring it out. And over time, and this will be a long journey, I promise you that much. It will be a long journey before you're able to really overwrite those limiting beliefs altogether. But over time, you will start to find yourself at least doubting those beliefs, at least doubting the accuracy of those statements, and starting to accept the thought that maybe, just maybe, you are able to do this. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that is something you can walk away with. Try to be super actionable for you there, and leave you something that you can sit down and act on right now. And really, that's the only way you're going to be able to start making changes in those areas. It's not just about mantras. It's not just about meditation and journaling, and it's not just about standing in front of a mirror and telling yourself these things and repeating the message over and over again. That is helpful and is a part of it, but until you get evidence, you will never internalize those ideas. So my name is Greg Clunis. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, click subscribe wherever you are consuming this. That is the best way to make sure you never miss a new one. So with that said, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.